Life will always test you. It will test your strength, your patience, and your belief in yourself. Storms will come, challenges will arrive, and setbacks will try to convince you that you cannot rise again. But in those very moments when everything seems impossible, you must remember that your mind is your greatest weapon. If you can train your mind to stay positive, no matter what is happening outside of you, then you will always hold the power to transform pain into strength, fear into courage, and doubt into determination. Positivity is not about pretending that everything is perfect. It is about choosing to see beyond the problem. It is about believing that no matter how heavy the darkness feels, there is always light waiting for you if you keep walking. You see, your mind is like a garden. If you allow negativity, fear, and doubt to grow, then your entire life will feel heavy. But if you choose to plant seeds of hope, gratitude, and faith, then your life begins to bloom even in the harshest conditions. Every day you wake up, you are given a choice. You can focus on what went wrong, or you can focus on what can still go right. You can allow your circumstances to define you, or you can define your circumstances by the way you choose to think. A strong, positive mind is not built overnight. It is built by discipline. It is built by refusing to let negative voices, whether they come from others or from within yourself, control your future. When people doubt you, train your mind to stay positive. When failure knocks you down, train your mind to stay positive. When you feel alone, when the weight of the world feels unbearable, remind yourself that even in this moment, you are still breathing, you are still standing, and you still have the power to fight. That is positivity, not denial, not fantasy, but the courage to keep moving forward with faith in yourself. Greatness is not born in comfort. It is born in trials. It is born when you choose to rise above what was meant to break you. And the only way to rise is to master your inner world. Because the truth is, life will never stop throwing challenges at you. But if your mind is trained to stay positive, nothing and no one can defeat you. The person who controls their mind controls their destiny. So today, make a decision. Guard your thoughts as if they were treasure. Refuse to let fear steal your vision. Refuse to let doubt steal your peace. Refuse to let negativity steal your future. Train your mind to see the lesson, not just the pain. Train your mind to see the opportunity, not just the obstacle. Train your mind to believe that even in the hardest moment, something greater is being prepared for you. And one day, when you look back, you will realize that every challenge you faced was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to train you, to build a version of yourself that is unshakable, unstoppable, and unbreakable. Stay positive, no matter what, because the world does not decide who you become. You do. When you think about the power of the mind, it becomes clear that what you focus on expands. If you feed your thoughts with fear, worry, and doubt, then fear, worry, and doubt begin to shape your entire life. But if you discipline yourself to focus on what is possible, on what you can control, and on what you are grateful for, then your perspective shifts. And when your perspective shifts, your reality changes. The most important key point in training your mind to stay positive no matter what is understanding that your thoughts are not just random whispers in your head. They are the seeds that shape your future. You cannot control every storm outside, but you can absolutely control what you allow to grow inside. Imagine a person walking through life carrying two buckets. One is filled with negativity, complaints, and fear. The other is filled with hope, belief, and determination. Each situation they face is like a fire. If they pour from the bucket of negativity, the fire grows bigger, consuming them until it feels impossible to breathe. But if they pour from the bucket of positivity, the fire is calmed, controlled, and sometimes even extinguished. The truth is, life will keep handing you fires, but what you choose to pour on them determines whether you are consumed or whether you rise above. This is why training the mind to focus on positivity is not just an option, it is survival. Positivity is a practice. It is not a magic switch that suddenly removes pain or struggle. It is a decision, made over and over again, to see possibility when everything seems lost. When you fail an exam, lose a job, face rejection, or fall in love with a dream that doesn't come true, your mind naturally wants to give up. It wants to convince you that you're not good enough. But training your mind means interrupting those thoughts and replacing them with power. Instead of saying, "This is the end," you say, "This is the lesson." Instead of thinking, "I will never make it," you tell yourself, "This is preparing me for something greater." Every time you choose those words, every time you practice that perspective, you strengthen the muscle of positivity. And just like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it gets. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have achieved greatness against all odds. They are not people who lived without problems. They are people who trained their minds to rise above problems. Oprah herself faced poverty, rejection, heartbreak, and countless obstacles. Yet she chose to believe in possibility when her reality gave her every reason to give up. That is the essence of training the mind. It is believing in a vision that others may not see. It is holding on to faith when the evidence around you suggests otherwise. The world is filled with noise, criticism, comparison, fear, and doubt. If you do not train your mind, you will absorb all of it until you no longer recognize your own voice. Training your mind means filtering the noise, protecting your energy, and choosing carefully what you allow in. Because everything you consume, what you read, what you watch, who you spend time with, becomes food for your thoughts. And your thoughts shape your emotions, your actions, and ultimately your destiny. So guard your mind like you would guard the most precious jewel. Do not hand over your peace to people who thrive on negativity. Do not allow the world to convince you that you are powerless. Your greatest power is your ability to choose what you focus on. Training your mind to stay positive also requires patience. You will not always get it right. There will be days when negativity takes over, when fear is louder than faith, when doubt feels stronger than determination. But that does not mean you have failed. It simply means you are human. The training comes when you notice it, when you stop yourself, when you shift back to positivity even after slipping into negativity. That awareness, that ability to redirect your thoughts, is what separates those who stay stuck from those who move forward. Think about it like learning a new language. At first, it feels uncomfortable. The words don't come naturally, you make mistakes, and you feel like giving up. But with repetition, with practice, and with consistency, it becomes second nature. The same is true for positivity. At first, telling yourself, "I can handle this," feels unnatural when you are in pain. Saying, "This is an opportunity," feels fake when you are suffering. But the more you practice, the more your brain rewires itself to naturally find the light, even in darkness. That is the magic of training. It transforms what once felt impossible into instinct. And here is the truth. When you stay positive no matter what, you unlock resilience. Resilience is the ability to bend without breaking, to rise even after being pushed down, to keep moving when everything in you wants to stop. And resilience is not given to you. It is built through the way you think. A positive mind does not mean a pain-free life. It means a powerful life, one where challenges may knock on your door, but they cannot control the outcome. Remember, your mind is the captain of your life. If the captain panics, the ship crashes. But if the captain stays calm, focused, and steady, the ship survives any storm. Train your mind to be that captain. Do not let it be tossed around by every wave of fear or every whisper of doubt. Anchor it in positivity, and your life will follow the direction you choose, not the direction life tries to push you into. The most extraordinary truth about positivity is that it multiplies. When you train your mind to stay positive, you not only change your life, but you influence everyone around you. People are drawn to strength, to hope, to light. When you stay positive in the middle of difficulty, you become a living example that it is possible. You inspire others to rise, to believe, to fight for their own dreams. And that ripple effect can transform families, communities, and even the world. So let this be your commitment. No matter what life throws at you, you will not surrender your mind to negativity. You will not give away your power to fear. You will train your mind every day, with every thought, to rise higher, to see greater, to believe deeper. Because life is not about what happens to you. Life is about what you decide to do with it. And if you decide to stay positive, no storm, no obstacle, and no challenge will ever have the power to defeat you. That is the secret. The mind is everything. Train it, discipline it, master it, and it will carry you through every battle, turning pain into purpose and struggle into strength. A positive mind is not just a mindset. It is the foundation of greatness. And once you have it, you are unstoppable. When you decide to train your mind to stay positive no matter what, one of the most powerful key points is learning how to control your focus. Your focus determines your experience of life. Two people can face the same storm, yet one will see only destruction while the other will see a chance to rebuild stronger than before. The difference lies in where they place their attention. Most people allow their minds to wander wherever fear takes them. They focus on everything that is wrong, everything they lack, everything that hurts. And the more they focus there, the heavier life feels. But those who train their minds understand that focus is a choice. If you look at obstacles long enough, they will grow. If you look at possibilities long enough, they will also grow. The human brain is designed to find what it searches for. If you wake up searching for problems, you will find them. If you wake up searching for opportunities, you will also find them. Training your mind to stay positive means training it to deliberately direct your focus toward hope, growth, and solutions, even when negativity tries to steal your attention. This ability to control focus is like building a muscle. In the beginning, your mind will resist. It will slip back into old habits of worry and doubt. But each time you catch yourself, each time you redirect your focus, you strengthen your mental discipline. Imagine standing in a room with two doors. Behind one door is every reason to give up, and behind the other is every reason to keep fighting. You cannot stop negative thoughts from existing, but you can choose which door you walk through. When you keep choosing the door of positivity, again and again your brain learns to naturally lean toward it. Soon, what once felt like effort becomes instinct. And that instinct, to focus on the light instead of the darkness, is what allows you to rise above situations that crush others. Another key point in training your mind to stay positive is learning to transform challenges into lessons. This is where many people get stuck. They believe positivity means ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. But true positivity is deeper than that. It is the ability to face pain honestly and still find meaning inside it. Every challenge carries within it a hidden gift. Failure teaches resilience, rejection teaches redirection, loss teaches appreciation, struggle teaches strength. But you only see those gifts if your mind is trained to look for them. Otherwise, you get lost in the pain and miss the lesson that could have elevated you. Think about a seed planted in the soil. From the outside, it looks like darkness and pressure. But inside that pressure is the growth that allows the seed to break open and become a tree. Life works the same way. Your struggles are not punishments. They are the soil where your strength is planted. But if you only see the darkness, you will never realize you are growing roots that will one day support greatness. This is why training your mind to find the lesson is so powerful. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin to ask, "What is this teaching me?" That shift in mindset transforms suffering into growth. It turns every setback into preparation. It makes even the hardest chapters of your life valuable, because they are shaping you into someone unshakable. When you combine these two key points, controlling your focus and transforming challenges into lessons, you build a mental framework that nothing can destroy. When the world falls apart, you do not collapse with it, because your focus is not on what you lost but on what you can build. When people betray you, you do not drown in bitterness, because your mind is trained to see the lesson and rise wiser. When failure arrives, you do not take it as the end, but as feedback that pushes you toward a new beginning. That is the power of a trained mind. It allows you to see light in darkness and meaning in pain, so that nothing is ever truly wasted. And the truth is, life will always give you reasons to quit. There will always be moments when negativity seems louder, when doubt seems stronger, when fear seems more real than hope. But if your mind is trained, you will not surrender to those moments. You will remind yourself that what you focus on expands, and you will deliberately focus on gratitude, on possibility, on the small steps you can take right now. You will remind yourself that every challenge is a teacher, and you will search for the wisdom hidden inside the struggle. That combination of focus and perspective will make you unstoppable. It is easy to stay positive when life is comfortable. But true mastery is staying positive when life is unfair, uncertain, and unforgiving. That is when the training shows its value. That is when the discipline of focus and the ability to find lessons carry you through. And one day when you look back, you will realize that the very things you once thought were breaking you were actually shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more powerful than you ever imagined. So choose today to take control of your focus. Do not let fear decide what you think about. Choose today to see challenges not as punishments, but as lessons preparing you for greatness. Because if you can do these two things, if you can master your focus and transform your challenges, you will discover a strength within you that cannot be shaken. And when you reach that point, no matter what happens, your mind will remain your greatest ally, guiding you toward the life you were meant to live. When everything in life feels uncertain, when storms rise without warning, when failures and disappointments seem to stack one after another, the real question is never about what happened to you. It is always about what you chose to do with it. The essence of training your mind to stay positive no matter what is not about living in denial or pretending life is free of struggle. It is about mastering the one thing you can always control, your mindset, because life may take your job, your plans, your comfort, and even the people you love. But as long as you hold power over your thoughts, you will never be defeated. Positivity is not some shallow smile in the middle of pain. It is the decision to believe that even in the darkness, there is light ahead. It is the strength to get up one more time after falling. It is the courage to say, I will not quit, even when quitting feels easier. That kind of positivity is not weakness. It is power. It is the shield that protects your peace and the engine that drives your future. Think of every struggle you have faced so far. At the time, it may have felt unbearable, but you survived it. And not only did you survive, you grew. You became wiser, stronger, more aware of who you are. That is the proof that challenges are not sent to destroy you. They are sent to prepare you. The storms that came against you were shaping you. The failures that embarrassed you were teaching you. The losses that broke you were building you. And the only way to see that truth is through the lens of a trained, positive mind. When you master your focus, you stop giving energy to fear and start feeding hope. When you learn to see lessons in challenges, you turn every setback into fuel for your growth. And when you combine these with daily discipline, guarding your thoughts, choosing your perspective, practicing gratitude, you build a mind that is unshakable. That is what makes you unstoppable. Not a perfect life, not a life without pain, but a mind so disciplined that nothing can pull you into defeat. The world may try to break you, but it cannot defeat a person who refuses to surrender their mindset. And that person can be you. You have the power right now to decide that no matter what happens, you will protect your peace, you will guard your thoughts, and you will rise above negativity. Because a positive mind creates a positive life. The battles you fight are first won in your thoughts, and once your mind is trained, your life will follow. So make this your commitment. No matter how loud fear gets, you will choose faith. No matter how heavy the burden feels, you will choose gratitude. No matter how dark the path seems, you will choose to see the light ahead. That choice, repeated again and again, will transform your life. Because the truth is, nothing is more powerful than a mind that refuses to quit, refuses to fear, and refuses to surrender to negativity. Train your mind and you train your destiny. Stay positive no matter what, and you will discover that there is no storm strong enough, no obstacle high enough, and no challenge great enough to stop you from becoming who you were meant to be.